Wes Parker, from the class of 2004, was a two-sport athlete at Natick High School as a member of the football team and wrestling team. In football, while serving as captain his senior year, Wes Parker helped lead the team to a record of 7 wins and 4 losses, with wins over Norwood, Wellesley, and a double overtime win over Newton North. A loss to Dedham prevented a Herget Division championship and playoff berth. However, Wes Parker finished his high school career on Thanksgiving Day at Natick's Memorial Field with a victory over Framingham, 31-7. It was as a wrestler that Wes Parker had a Hall of Fame career. He finished with a career record of 104 wins and only 22 losses. During his career, Wes Parker was a 3-time sectional champion, 3-time Massachusetts Division II state champion, and an all-state runner-up, and in his senior year, while wrestling at 135 pounds, became only the second wrestler in Natick High School history to win the New England Championship. For his prowess on the wrestling mat, Wes Parker was named 3-time Bay State Conference All-Star Team member, 3-time Metro West Daily News All-Star Team member. And in his senior year, Wes Parker was named captain of the wrestling team, Boston Globe All-Scholastic, Boston Herald All-Scholastic, honorable mention in the All-American Wrestling USA magazine, inducted into the Massachusetts Interscholastic Wrestling Coaches Association Hall of Fame, and co-MVP of the wrestling team and co-Bay State Conference Wrestler of the Year. Both honors he shared with fellow teammate Tim Gammons. Wes Parker was also dubbed Most Athletic as he was voted the 2004 Natick High School Outstanding Male Athlete. Wes Parker has already been inducted into the Natick High School Wrestling Hall of Fame and now 2016 Natick High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee from the class of 2004, Wes Parker.
This is unbelievable, huh? This is pretty cool. Hey, thank you to the Hall of Fame committee. You all have done an outstanding job for everything that you put together tonight. This is tremendous. It really is. Good job. Give it up to them, definitely. To the inductees, congratulations. You all of you all have tremendous accomplishments. It's really cool to listen to all this stuff. First and foremost, I just want to start with some thank yous. I'm going to start with my wife because I know what's good for me. And you've been my rock for the past 9 years. You're unbelievable. You helped me write this speech. I didn't know what I wanted to even do, and you just gave me a simple idea that I kind of ran with. So thank you, honey. Thank you. My incredibly large family. Hey, start with my mom, my dad, George, and Leanna. Thank you all. I mean, you all are everything to me. Without you all, I literally would not be here. So thank you very much. Having an incredibly large family, I mean, having 4 older brothers who, very, very tough on me, especially Eric and Michael. I want to thank you all, I mean, for my physical toughness, right? That's definitely for you all. Got to thank you all for that. But I think it was even tougher trying to be an older brother to 6 younger siblings. So to David, John, Mark, James, Jada, Denisha. So thank you all for keeping me grounded. I appreciate you all. To my second family, the Keefe family. Oh man, you all have an incredibly large family yourselves, and you took me in as your own. Brian and Liz, I mean, it's just unbelievable what you do, and I cannot thank you all enough. My main man, best friend, Shane O'Mac. I told Coach Anabali that I wouldn't accept this induction ceremony without you being inducted with me, so congratulations, you're inducted as well. To all my other coaches and family members and teammates, all of you all who came out here to support me, I mean, it's unbelievable. Thank you all. I can't thank you all enough. So my wife, I went to her, I have no idea what I want to write this speech on or what I'm even supposed to talk about. She said, just talk about how you love sports. So I absolutely love sports. There's nothing more that I love really, other than my family, obviously, in this world other than sports. And I'm pretty sure that all of my earliest memories in life involve sports. And a funny thing happened a few months ago while I'm watching a Patriots game with my son, Wes Jr., and he asked me a question, fairly simple question: Dad, why do you love sports so much? And I paused for about 5 to 10 seconds, and being the dad of the year that I am, with all the correct answers, I say to him, son, I have no idea. It's just so funny how children ask you simple questions which you think you know the answer to until it comes time to explain it and you realize it's a lot more complex than you originally thought. My son continues on, not satisfied with the answer that I gave him. He says to me, why would you spend so much time watching something you don't even like, or you don't even know why you like? That's silly, Dad. And he's right. I mean, he brings up a valid question. Why do we love sports so much? And it was one of those questions I really had to dig deep within myself to find out the answer to. I remember being a 7-year-old behind Bennett Hemingway Elementary School, throwing the football with my brother David, as we did every day after school. Up until that time in our lives, we'd only been a team of 2 for basically everything that we did. We always wanted to be part of a team, something bigger than us, something organized. We would stay around late and throw the football around together and watch other flag football teams who would practice behind Bennett Hemingway play football. We never thought we would actually be able to play with them because we knew it involved money, and which at the time really wasn't feasible. Up until one day, while I was throwing the ball with my brother David, during one of those flag football practices that we watched, a tall Irish man with Coke bottle glasses and huge curly hair came up to me and gave me some tips on how to throw the ball correctly. He introduced me to his son and let me play with his team for the rest of the year, free of charge. That moment, that relationship turned into one of the most important relationships of my life. That tall curly haired man being Brian Keefe and his son being my best friend Shane. A relationship that I'm sure everyone who knows me knows that has literally changed my life. When I think of that moment, I think of one of the most important reasons why I love sports. And it's the relationships and memories that are formed while participating in sports. When I think intently about it, most of my memories within sports don't really involve me playing the sport, but the experiences I shared with the people involved in that sport. I remember playing cards with Tim Gammons, Tim Nelson, Dave Nelson, in between long downtimes at tournaments. And those are some long times. I can remember coaching a volley blasting the Beatles or AC/DC on 11-hour drives to Virginia Beach and laughing at all the ridiculous drivers we saw along the way. I can still see Matt Daigle hitting that FK roll to win the big wrestling match and the whole team and crowd rushing the mat in excitement. Or Brandon Holt, Josh Mpagazehe, and I, more concerned about how good we looked in our uniforms before football games rather than how well we were going to actually play in the game. I remember Shane, Javier, and myself on-the-fly game planning for wrestlers I might see, or Jimmy Hamill and I laughing hysterically while wrestling each other, trying to put on a show for the fans during one of our dual meets. I can remember Coach Annabali doing a front flip or something close to it in excitement when I won my first state title as a sophomore. Coach Lamb, I can remember when I was training for military basic training after I graduated high school, and I was running the track at one of your practices, and you stopped the entire practice and had the whole team cheer me on. And most definitely, I remember my mom, sister, and grandmother showing up to my New England Finals match after telling me that they weren't going to be able to make it. You all are what made sports enjoyable to me. It was never entirely about the sport. It was more about sharing experiences and gaining long-lasting friendships, which I get to keep with me until I'm old and gray. Sports not only allow you to form outstanding relationships and memories, but can also be outstanding learning avenues outside of the typical educational environment. Sports are just a microcosm of our society as a whole and can teach you a great deal about yourself and the values needed to be a productive member of society, which is why I owe a great deal of thanks to all my coaches and teammates for who I am today. Coach Lamb, I'm not going to harp on you too much. Your son is going to do plenty of that for you, but I want to thank you for teaching me teamwork. Life is a team sport. No one gets anywhere in life without the help from those around them. Processes and operations work by each individual being proficient at what they do, while also relying on the person next to them to do their job well. If any person doesn't do what's necessary, the system falls apart. Therefore, no individual is more important than the team, which is why it's important to thank my teammates as well. I was fortunate enough to have an incredible group of teammates. The entire reason I'm accepting this award today is because of you. I tried to emulate the best traits of my teammates. I looked for traits such as the swagger of a Tim Nelson, the feistiness of a Chris Curtis, the relentless spirit of an Ed Marini, and the humble leadership of a Jeremy Mpagazehe. I took all of those together, formed them together, and created my own identity using those traits. So even though this is an individual award, I feel as though every one of my teammates are being inducted with me. You all were the ones who gave me the recipe for success, and I'd like to thank all of you today. Coach Inabali, I want to thank you and Coach Smith as well for teaching me my most valued trait, which is mental toughness. You taught me that life is tough, and mentally tough people are successful because they refuse to quit and push themselves to their maximum potential. The world doesn't owe you anything, and you don't deserve anything. What you deserve is what you earn, and you earn things through hard work and perseverance. You'll come along tough times in your life, but tough times don't last. Tough people do. Coach Anabali, you have continued to be an incredible mentor to me, and I value our friendship more than anything today. Thank you very much. So after coming to the realization of why I truly love sports, I still don't feel as though I can actually express it in terms that my 4-year-old son would understand. There are so many things that sports has done for me that it's difficult to shortcut, difficult to simplify. The best answer I've been able to come up with is, son, it's something you'll have to experience for yourself, then you'll know why. And I was fortunate enough to experience it with some of the greatest people, teammates and coaches, in the greatest town there is, Natick, home of the champions. Thank you.